Alright guys, welcome back. C.F.P here, and this is Survival Living. So hopefully the audio quality is there. Of course, as always, when we do our live stream, it takes me a few minutes to make sure all audio is working correctly. So bear with me. If the audio is coming in, let me know. Let's see here. I will check on my end best I can by turning up the volume so I can hear. Okay. Looks like audio on my end looks good. No, YouTube, I do not want to purchase the premium skip trail advertisement. It's pretty bad when you're trying to go live and you're getting an advertisement on your end. All right, guys. So tonight's video, I guess I should say, we're going to be covering some EMP topics. All right, electronic magnetic pulse, electromagnetic pulse, any way you want to say it. I've seen it phrased multiple different ways. First, I want to thank every single one of you guys that have showed up. Rip Kerr, I see you there, buddy. Good to see you. Hags, good to see you. Rob YN. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm probably looking at it wrong, but definitely good to see you. So Sydney here, good to see you. And Scott Rhodes, Christina, Bitter Butterfly, how's it going? Josh Connor, how you doing, brother? All right. So as you guys know, I am currently working on a new updated EMP video. That has been a bear of a job. All right, mainly because I didn't want to do like our last one where I just did overlay and talk about EMPs. We all know what electromagnetic pulse is. I want to get more in depth on what you're going to be facing if one of these things went off. So the filming of this is taking a lot more work. So it's coming along. Hopefully the next couple of days we'll have it done. I was out earlier tonight filming with the night vision. I'll tell you what, guys, trying to hold a monocular night vision and also, well, trying to hold your night vision against your GoPro and trying to make sure everything comes out this small screen looking pretty is a little bit more difficult than you may think because everything is off balance. And yeah, we haven't even started working with the IR as far as filming with that, but with film work we're trying to story tell at the same time. So yeah, hopefully it comes out good. I think it will. Wanted American, good to see you. Zebra to you, hey all, good to see you. Buy me Puller and stuff. YT, what's up all? Howdy from Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, good to see you. I know exactly where Charlotte is. I didn't live too far from it. Annie Oakley, good to see you. Jeff, how are you doing? Stuart, Florida Prepper here. Iana Plans and more. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. All right. Duct tape at CFP. Yes, I actually have spools of Velcro. I don't know if you can see it. This green stuff here, this is Velcro straps. It works, but the weight of the monocular sits so far off the front of the camera because there's nothing to clip on, and that is a square lens. Basically, I'm building a platform underneath it that straps on here. It's interesting. It really is. It's a pain in the butt. But the footage, I got to review it tonight after the live stream just to see how good that footage was. But we're working on it, guys. You know me. I'm always messing with something. But got coffee. Coffee is key. Coffee keeps me sane. All right. So I went ahead and pulled up some articles here, guys, that I wanted to discuss with you over EMPs and stuff. Now, I'm not trying to sell you stuff. I will tell you this much. I am in talks with EMP Shield. As you know, we are affiliated with them. I've got to call them here in a couple days and get our promo code set up with them because we don't have one yet. And I got to get that lined up with them. I got to return a phone call with them here in a couple days. I'll be using my wife's number. Hey, I get my phone turned back on tomorrow. But anyway, it's just the way. It's just the nature of the beast. Everybody, we're all dealing with stuff. Hopefully, everyone is prepping as much as they can. All right, so first article, as I said, guys, we have already talked about EMPs. We know what it is. Let me pull up my screen here. No, I'm afraid I don't have StreamYards hooked up, and I'm just going to have to read off the tablet here. One of the big things I see with YouTubers, a lot of people are saying there's no such thing as an EMP. There is. All right. And now I want to go and pull up some documentation for you here. This was published on March 25th, 2003. U.S. drops E-bomb on Iraq TV. U.S. Air Force has hit Iraq TV with an experimental electromagnetic pulse device called the E-bomb in the attempt to knock it off air and shut down Saddam Hussein's propaganda machine. CBS News correspondent David Martin reports. This highly classified bomb creates a brief pulse of microwaves powerful enough to fry computers, blind radars, silence radios, triggers crippling power outages, and disables the electronic ignitions in vehicles and aircraft. This was used. Okay, this was something that was used during the whole Saddam Hussein stuff. So for those that constantly are bombarding the channel and other channels and saying there is no scientific proof that an EMP exists, there is. We've made weaponry. We have the weapons, and I will talk about other countries that do as well. No such thing, LOL. Yeah. Homestead, the sun caused an EMP in the mid 1800s. Yeah, that was a coronal mass ejection, and I believe you're talking about the Carrington event. I don't have the actual date in front of me. We did a video on the Carrington event, I don't know, about a month ago, I guess. Yeah, so coronal mass ejections are a threat. And the reason I want to bring up EMPs tonight is because we are working on an EMP video currently, an updated one, and it is a threat. It is a threat of other countries, and down the conspiratorial road, it is a threat that certain organizations in American government are willing to use this on American soil, well, above American soil. Look at politics right now. Okay, it's almost at the point where if that happened and it was one of our own agencies that were behind it, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me none. No, mainly because literature and audiobooks, things like that, movies I've watched, sure, it does influence my thought process on a lot of things. One that rolls to mind is Angry American, his book series. I think it's a 10-part series, Coming Home series. Deals with EMP. It was used against American civilians, the American populace, by the Department of Homeland Security in that novel group. It was a good read. If you don't like reading or don't have time reading like I do, sometimes I just put an audiobook in and throw an earbud in, and I'll be doing something else while I'm listening. It's really good to listen to, guys. There are a couple of those online here on YouTube. I have seen, I think, books 6 and 7. But if you go to Audible, they've got it on Audible, if you have an account with Audible. Let me get back here. Let me see here. Jan, good to see you. I just saw you in here, Jan. All right. That was then way more advanced. Now, hacks, yes, absolutely. We have much more advanced stuff right now. Fried all the telegraph wires and across U.S. Yes, there was many cases that was reported by telegraph operators during that CME. Yes, there was telegraph wires that caught fire, and some of the telegraph operators actually received shocks from the machines while trying to operate, and they recorded that many of these machines turned themselves on, were operating by themselves because of the current running through it. Now, those were simple machines, so one in America, there are 2 sunspots coming around, also soon to be Earth-facing. It's treason, I think, from whichever side. Per Jesse, BP Earthwatch. Yeah, I watched BP Earthwatch. I have not sat down today. I was filming today. First, I was helping my brother get his front wheels aligned. We had changed up the tie rod in, drag links and everything on his Jeep. and we set it by tape measure, making sure we're getting close. We're going to take it down and get it realigned, but we want to get it as close as we can. Since we live so far out, we don't want to chop up his tires real bad. So yeah, I was busy today, and then I was doing some filming. I was just thinking, what about people with pacemakers? Melody. Well, let me go ahead and pull up some documentations on the pacemakers because I've heard many different things, and that is a very good question there. So let me step out of chat, guys. I'm gonna miss somebody's chat, a lot of chat, but I gotta pull up this article here. So this article is being pulled from Nordskog Publishing. I probably chopped up that name. Publishing.com. This is an article here. It was released June 13th, 2019. What would happen if an EMP attack were made on America? Some facts about EMP. All right, so let me scroll down and we will talk about. Okay, here we go. What is going to be taken out by an EMP attack? The answer to this question depends on a number of different factors. The type of electromagnetic pulse, how high in the atmosphere is detonated. The higher device is detonated, the wider the range is going to affect. All right. The pulse is likely to either completely fry or at least severely damage equipment. These include, but not necessarily limited to, 1. The power grid, 2. Laptops, 3. Tablets, 4. Cell phones. I'm not even going to number them, I'm just going to say them. Cell service towers, internet routers, electronic gun safes. I didn't even think about that. How many of you guys have electronic gun safe? TVs, radios, refrigerators and freezers, thermostats, electronic banking, all credit debit cards, ATMs, the computerized components of vehicles, cars, planes, ATVs, motorcycles, UTVs, etc. Number 14, pacemakers. Now, I want to talk about pacemakers right fast because that did come up in the comment. Pacemakers, it depends on the pacemaker, guys. All right, there are some pacemakers that you use your cell phone to monitor things like that. That they have, they can do a wireless monitor to the machines at the hospitals. That portion of it's definitely gone. Um, some believe that all pacemakers will short out because they use electronics. It's a possibility. Don't know for sure. All right, I don't know for sure. I can just tell you what I can read online, and I can cross reference things, and it's always contradicting as far as what exactly is going to happen. But pacemakers are on it. Hospital diagnosis machines, anything with a microchip. All of the above items are going to be extremely vulnerable to an EMP. Phones and laptops that are being housed in a metal building or sealed metal container might be able to survive an EMP, but it's not at all guaranteed. Let me bounce back over here in chat. But I did want to bring up that article. I'm glad you brought that up because I know people with pacemakers, and I've always wondered about that myself. So I have not found a definite answer for you on that. I've heard some will be fine. I've heard most of them will quit working. I will tell you this much: the people that have to have pacemakers maintained, as far as batteries changed out, and I do have family members that had to go back to the hospital and have their batteries changed in a pacemaker. That's not going to happen. That's just a countdown for them. If EMP happens, they're not going to have the availability to get that changed. It's a countdown. That countdown has started as far as when that battery stops. All right, let me get back up here and check, guys. I know I missed a lot of people. I did see LD Texas. How's it going? Anything electronic? I do believe a large amount of electronics are going to go. There are some that I think will be okay. It just depends on what they are stored in. And it depends on how much of a blast it is. WV Prepared Mind, how you doing? Sorry I'm late. We just got started. WV, glad you're here. Josh Connor, I think I done said hello, but if I didn't, hello again, brother. Good to see you. All right. Annan McAllister, 3 time frames. The day of December 8th between January 10th, January 20th, and the other is the week of March 23rd. I may have missed a previous comment from you. I'm not really sure what you're referencing there, unless you're referencing a sunspot or something. I do apologize if I missed that. I was looking at the article I was reading. Uh, Lisa R. Hall, how are you doing? Wahoo, I made it late, but I still made it. I'm glad you're here. Oh, Pacemakers. Okay, got you, Pacemakers. Jefferson Martial Arts, how's it going? Just jumping in to say hi. All right, scrolling through here, and my GoPro just turned on. See, voice activated. GoPro turn off. GoPro turn off. Stupid. I hate technology. I will show you the easiest way to deal with technology. Take out the battery. I prefer to hit things with a hammer, but then it just doesn't work anymore. Wonder American, oh wow, bank vaults too. Wonder American, you might be correct on that. Unfortunately, money won't have any value if an EMP was to hit. I don't believe. I believe the American dollar. If it happened here, I think the American dollar would be way of the dodo. It won't matter. I don't even think even other countries will even care for it, just because the government here would wind up collapsing. But I don't know. I don't know how well hardened a bank is. There's some pretty thick walls in there. There's a lot of rebar and stuff in the concrete walls. So I don't know. Maybe it would surprise me if it doesn't work. Now, would it open up? Probably not, because it'll probably lock it down. Same with a gun safe. Seems like it would lock it down where you can't access and open it. Electronic gun safe. Because if the power goes out, the safeguards on a bank vault shouldn't unlock the bank vault and swing the door open, correct? I'm thought processing here. It seemed like it would lock down. And I'm thinking the same thing with a gun safe, electronic gun safe. But I don't have electronic gun safe, so I can't tell you exactly. My thoughts is it'll lock it down, and you won't be able to get what's in it, unless you got a big hammer. See here. Many of my customers have pacemakers. They are wonderful people, and many are veterans. Melody. And I'm not meaning that in the wrong way. I'm just trying to look at this as factual as we can. Um, I'm not meaning, yes, there's going to be a lot of people that die from an EMP blast, and I believe a pacemaker is going to be one of them. We already know dialysis, things like that, people that are on these things, it will affect them. And I don't mean to sound insensitive. That's not how I meant. So hopefully that didn't come across wrong. I've always wondered, does it affect batteries in any way, Hags? No, it does. From the research I've done on batteries, let me go and pull up a documentation for you on that. From the research I've done, the only batteries that it would be affecting is ones that has a charge regulator built into the battery. Your other batteries, such as your flooded lead acid batteries and things like that, will be fine. Let me see if I can find the writing on that. But like our solar batteries that we have for, I mean, our batteries for our solar system, they'll be fine. But our charge controllers and things like that, they're built separately. We have to keep those protected. Now we do have EMP shield for our solar, but that's to protect our inverter and our charge control. But we keep extras in Faraday cages. There are do-it-ourselves Faraday cages. Um, I have not found. I'm sure if I actually sat down and really looked, there might be a company that sells a Faraday cage box. You know, tell them what size you want. There might be a company out there that does that. We have done many. We've done a couple of videos on how to build a Faraday cage, and we're using a shortwave radio we'll put down in there with a walkie-talkie keyed up so we can hear the radio playing. And once we seal it, as long as we lose signal, that's what we're going with. Is it the perfect 100% protection? No. It's what I'm able to do on my end to make some type of protection. So it's something. It's something. I do know if you have that and you have it stored in a metal building that's grounded, you pretty much got a lot of extra coverage. I mean, if you walk into a building, your cell phone signal goes out, you've got some coverage in there. So I don't mean cell coverage. I mean you've got some coverage as far as something coming in and zapping your electronics. Let me try to find that article for you. Let's see here. All right. That is this article here. This is the same article I was just reading off of, guys. It's just a long list of things. Living without electricity. After the live stream, I will post up these links for y'all on our description so you can kind of read over everything. See here. I'm trying to find where it's talking about batteries. I know I read it here, but basically, it's what I just said. Um, as long as your battery does not have a charge voltage regulator built into the battery, you're fine. A regular flood acid battery, gel batteries, things like that, your double A's, 9 volts, things like that, they'll be fine. Those batteries are fine. There, nothing will happen to those. See here. Lisa R. Hall, oops, autocorrect is irritating. I hate autocorrect. I mean, I say some stupid stuff anyway, but when autocorrect grabs hold of it, it's just plain out retarded. See here, what else we got? Walkie talkies. Yeah, when we test out our Faraday cages when we're building them, we use walkie talkies to see if that radio still plays through. When it loses signal, if I can't hear it, that means we seal the signal in there, so nothing's getting in. At least radio transmission, anyway. An EMP has different type of signals. It's what we are able to do. Doesn't mean that it's 100% proof, but from all the research I've done, that's a step up above not having anything at all. Coming man, 52 degrees and clear. It's actually warm outside tonight. This weather down here, we're right there at the Gulf of Mexico. And one night it'll be cold, next night it's warm. It's muggy outside right now, and it's warm. It's easy way to get sick. Just constantly the weather's changing here. If it happens, you better get out of the cities quick. I would recommend that. Now, there's many different people, many different sayings about this, on that, where they're going to go. If you've lived in the city all your life and you're not used to the outdoors, that's taking a chance, a huge chance that you're not going to make it. Then you're going to be running into mass migrations of people. If you stay in the city, you're going to be running into a whole bunch of people trying to grab at limited resources. Yeah, I can tell you what I would do if I was living in the city and EMP struck. Now, we have EMP shield on our truck. We have the ability to move that vehicle. All right, a tank of gas just depends on how fast we're going. Close to 400 miles on the interstate. We have fuel. All right, we have fuel stored up. I have ways to get fuel if necessary. I would be rolling out. I would be slow rolling out, and I would not be stopping for anything. Well, what about all the cars in the streets? I'd put the vehicle in 4 low and push. I would work my way out. Yet I would be getting out of the city. I would not be staying there. Let's see here. What else we got? I am sorry if I have missed somebody. Common Man, gun safes have a backup key to open EMP. Common Man, I do appreciate that. I did not know that they had that. That makes a lot of sense. So there we go, guys. Gun safes have a backup key to open the safe. So if an EMP shuts down electric on an electric gun safe, there's a key. So that's perfect. That we can get in there. Rip Curl. C.F.P. most electrical and non-electric safes have master keys that will open them. Rip Curl. All right, perfect. Melody, I have popcorn tins from the holidays. You think that would be good Faraday cages? Actually, Melody, as long as it's large enough and you can line the interior with either cardboard or some type of foam, and place your electronics in there and seal it, and use, if you use that metal sealing tape like you see for ductwork, I'd wrap it with that, and then I'd top it off with, several layers of aluminum foil. We used a 5-gallon bucket. I've shown using a 5-gallon bucket, and it took 12 layers of aluminum foil to cancel out the signal. So yeah, I have seen people use oversized galvanized trash cans, and what they do, they line the interior with either foam or cardboard, so that your electronics inside don't touch the sides at all, and then they seal it. They don't bury it or anything like that. I've seen people bury their electronics. I don't recommend that. I guess as long as it's sealed, you're okay. But I don't. I feel funny about trying to put electronics in the ground. But now I put food in the ground, so it might be okay. I haven't done any research about electronics in the ground. WV, be sure to smash it if you haven't. WV, definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, those thumbs up and those comments on videos pushes these videos great. They really do help out, guys. And for all those that have been on Twitter and Facebook sending out and sharing our videos, that has helped us out a lot, and I really do appreciate that. Um, I am learning more on Twitter. Yeah, I didn't want to, but it's an avenue for the channel, so I have been learning more on how to actually utilize Twitter. C.F.P, my daughter told me about this article of your own petri meat from cheek swab. Are you talking about the lab grown cultured meat? I posted a community post about it. It had fell through my feed, and they're talking about comparing prices between real beef, because real beef is just ridiculous now. Um, my wife actually is a really good shopper. She wound up getting us a good deal on some beef yesterday. We cooked it up today, and they're talking about how lab grown was going to be competing with real beef prices, and people's going to be more buying cultured meat, the lab grown meat, because of that. Well, they kind of affected the market on agricultural meat anyway. It's planned. Every single bit of it's planned. All right, let's see here. Yes, cities will have some serious issues, the hordes that come out of them. I would take zombie apocalypse over that situation any day. Uh, I know I'm going to mess up your name. Anon, Anon, Anon. Maybe I messed up your name. I do apologize if I did. That's what I'm going to go with right now, though. Yeah, I've seen when the whole Charlie Victor came through the first time. My wife had a meme come through on one of her friends, because they know I'm a prepper, and it had Will Ferrell. I think it was from Step Brothers or something like that, screaming, "This apocalypse is horse crap." I said I wanted zombies. I said it 4 times. She sent it to me, and I was like, yes. Yeah, I thought it was freaking hilarious. She knew. She's like, "What? That's you, babe." I'm like, "Yes, it is." All right. Burying will rust electronics. That's what I'm thinking, WV. I mean, I guess you could vacuum seal out and put oxygen absorbers, things like that. I mean, that's what I do with food, but I don't have enough experience on burying electronics. It might be a very bad idea. Let's see here. WV, my solar generator is on its way. It will be here next weekend. That is awesome, WV. Uh, I don't remember, what brand did you go with? There's a lot of great brands out there. I'm not talking bad about any of them. I'm just curious as to which brand you had gotten. All right, so let me step out of chat. Let me go ahead and pull this article up here. So now we had talked about A American's book novel series about DHS launching EMPs. All right, in that novel, I'm not going to ruin for everybody. I'm going to recommend y'all read it or listen to the audiobooks on it. Um, Russia and China tried to invade, and they go underneath the guise of humanitarian aid. Okay, so people have said, well, Russia and China's not going to do anything because the UN's going to step in and say, no, you can't come in. The UN's going to roll right on in. I mean, we've already seen plenty of videos. We've already seen plenty of photos taken of UN equipment already here in America on flatbeds, on the rails, behind gates, already already there. Why are they here? I can't get a definite answer as to why they're here, but they are. So let me go and pull up this article here. All right, now this article here is from realcleardefense.com. Nuclear armed satellites. Okay. Russia and China have the technical capability of making a surprise EMP attack by nuclear armed satellites orbited over the South Polar region to evade U.S. BMEWS radars and national missile defense, as planned by the USSR during the Cold War. This is a marathon with these people. This isn't fly by night. Oh, you said the wrong thing on Twitter, and now I'm going to declare war on your country. This has been in plans for a very long time. All right, let's go on further into the article here. During the Cold War, the USSR developed a secret weapon called the Fractional Orbit Bombardment System, FOBS, that would disguise a nuclear attack as a peaceful satellite launch, orbiting a nuclear armed satellite over the South Pole to attack the U.S. from the south, from which direction the U.S. is blind and defenseless as there are no BMEWS radars or anti missile defense facing south. The four satellites would deliver an EMP attack, paralyzing U.S. retaliatory forces in the first shot of a nuclear war. Well, if they use an EMP, it's not. I don't think there's going to be much of a nuclear war, because no one's going to know where it came from, at least on our end. If an EMP blast happened, we're not going to know who did it. Other countries, our allies, they might be able to find out and retaliate for the benefits of the United States. But if we got hit by it, we wouldn't know exactly who done it. Not on the first stages, because we lost everything. It takes a while for information to reach each other. Now, we do have some things that are safeguarded. All right, they say Cheyenne Mountain, where they got NORAD and things, they should still be operational. Will they know who did what? Possible. But then reaching out to different aspects of the military that they need to is also going to be difficult, because you have so much stuff that has been knocked out. Let me get back in chat. And again, guys, after I get done with the live stream, I'll put these links up for you guys so you can just follow up and read along. You can go ahead and check what I'm talking about. So I'm not just sound like I'm crazy here and just running on a bunch of stuff. You can actually read where I'm reading from. All right, let me scroll back up here in the chat, everybody. All right. I scrolled too far. Let's see here. Mickey B, good to see you. Not getting notices. Mickey B, that's quite all right. There's a lot of things going on with YouTube. There's a new terms of service that they've hit us as creators and stuff like that. I'm not going to bore you with all the logistics on that. It's just a lot of strange things going on. It looks like YouTube is trying to make more money. And I don't know. All I know is that I'll be having some backups in place in case something happens to the channel. But yeah, I've been having issues with notifications. Let's see here. Blue Eddie. Okay. WV. Yeah, Alaska Prepper has real high um, thumbs up and everything on the Blue Eddie. I've never used one. He seems to be real talks really well of the Blue Eddie, so I believe him. He's always been a straight shooter on everything. So he does say it's a good system. So yeah, it's awesome. Bones, how's it going? I see you there. Let's see here. Wait to December 14th when Electoral College calls the next El Presidente. Uh, yeah, I say El Presidente just to help. Every live stream we've had, I've been hit with limited monetization within moments of it airing. So I switched some of the words around. But yes, Yeah, we're going to see all kind of crazy stuff, guys. Mickey B, UN will bring troops to protect the headquarters, then to stabilize New York City, then the tri-states, then the Northeast Corridor, etc., etc. Yeah, we'll see the UN get deployed quickly. Scrolling through here, trying to get caught up here, guys. Vanderate, Van Rare, sorry. We can't trust government or the media. Yeah, yeah, you can't. No, I don't. Even, I mean, I've always been pro President Trump, but even at that, I said if I see him step out of line, I'll call him out on it. It's still a man. It's still agendas going on. I don't trust any government. They're not there for us. Speaking of, let's go a little off topic here. VN nations, what we now classify as stingers. Okay, trying to get through the system because they're getting smarter and smarter for this Charlie Victor. Guys, I keep on reading the. Sorry, I'm looking down at my screen here. I keep on reading on the conspiratorial stuff about Bill Gates with their Stinger program, and they're in Africa causing the sterility of, I think it was like 1,000 people, multiple tribes of people. Hear me out on this. This is a tinfoil hat moment, okay? But this is where my mind thinks a lot about. It's not always prepping, all right? It's different things. So I've been trying to find out as much information as far as facts on that. Using Google, it's hard to even find much of anything anymore. It's so censored, it's ridiculous. But I want to roll back with Georgia Guidestones. I know there's so many stories about the Georgia Guidestones. Well, yeah, that's their agenda. Well, yeah, it was actually just a ploy just to get everybody all hooped in arms. They didn't know who it was. Oh, wait, they actually found out who it was. He went to a banker to secure them to find out and construct it for them without everyone knowing who they were. I've read so much and watched so many videos on this stuff. I don't know which is true and which is not. But hear me out. So they got the Georgia Guidestones. Let's just say that is their agenda. 500,000 population of the world. We're pushing 7 billion or getting close to 7 billion people. It's a lot of people. If they don't want a massive war, come out with a VN nation you've got to take. And then you cause the sterility of multiple generations. It wouldn't take long for the population to dwindle very fast. My wife, I was talking to her about this. She says, well, yeah, that's pretty much the handmaid's tale there. You've got a certain select. You will have certain groups that breed. And then there will be the elite. They won't be us. They won't be our lineage. You have the worker class. They'll decide who gets married, who procreates. Very possible. Like I said, it is a tenfold moment there. But when I look at it and I look at these VN nations, I can't help but think, hey, if they were wanting to do a depopulation, easily done right there. I've heard so much about this injection that it alters your DNA. I've heard people say it takes away the God gene, the gene that we as humans believe in faith and religion. It's possible. Makes you think on a lot of different stuff. I try not to get too heavy into the conspiratorial stuff here, guys, because I want to be considered relevant as a prepper and not just some wingnut with tinfoil hats on and stockpile of Alpo that he's going to plan on eating later on. No, I don't have Alpo. Have I eaten Alpo? Yes, I have. I want to try it, see if it's edible. It's nasty. It's edible. It's nasty. It does not. I don't. Ugh. Dogs lick their own butt for a reason. Their taste bud must not exist. Alpo is nasty. Anyway, let me get back into chat, guys. Um, Actually, my good friend Rip Curl, and he's here in the chat, guys. Me and him have spoken many times about these, what we call stingers, just because of the algorithm. Um, it doesn't look good. I'm not taking it. Wife and I, we're not taking it. WB, yep, I talked to AP before I ordered it. Awesome. AP, guys, is an amazing dude, Alaska Prepper. Hope most likely all you guys here know who Alaska Prepper is. Is an amazing dude. Loved Alaska Prepper's video today. I don't know if I got to watch his video yet today. I get behind. Sometimes it's a couple days before I can get to somebody's video. So if you're here with a channel and I have not commented or something, I don't comment a lot on videos, but I always give that thumbs up when I go through, and I do watch it all the way through. I don't cut your videos off. I'll let y'all get those watch time hours. Kathleen, Bible says, trust no man. I agree with you there. Lady Kicks, try DuckDuckGo. Yeah, I do use DuckDuckGo on a lot of things. I do have some problems with DuckDuckGo as far as the research time I get to sit down sometimes. I got to be able to get to look at an article very fast. And unfortunately, it's mainstream media article. I hate it. I really do. DuckDuckGo is a good platform as far as looking for things because it's not as censored as Google. VK Bear, what's up, C.F.P? Good to see you, brother. How are you doing? It's been a minute since I've gotten to talk to you. Bingo, you nailed it. Proposed 2 to 4 lockdown will kill what's left of the economy. Jeff, yeah, I agree with you. I wasn't going to get on this particular topic, but let me see. Give me a second. Let me pull it up here. You know what? I'm going to go and talk about it. Let me go and pull up the article here. Let me type it in. I had gotten a Twitter hit. Yeah, that's the article. I got so many articles lined up here. It's going to take a minute because I'm using that laptop. Yeah, I don't like this site because I always get advertisement all the time. This is on Mail Online, but it was in my Twitter feed. You guys, I love the conservative twins. So for some reason I get stuck in my head. Oh, AOC. So she's back in the Twitter world. AOC says we need to pay people to stay home after Vermont proves infection rates can be kept low by giving its essential workers hazards pay. I got a question. How are you going to keep a virus from spreading by giving essential workers hazard pay? Stay back. I got $100. Come on. Guys, this is all BS. This is all BS. Is there a virus? Yes. Is it as lethal as they were first claiming? No. No, it's not. I have changed my position on that. Like I said, when it first came around, we were standoffish on the channel. We weren't really going to get into it because I wasn't sure about it. I knew where it was coming from, and it took me a couple of days to figure out what it was that I was listening to in Wuhan. Dang it, I said it. It's a research facility. That's where this stuff came out. It's engineered. Now, before I lose my train of thought here, let me get back in the chat. Do I wear a mask? Yes, I do. The reason why I wear a mask is because it is an infection. It is a high rate infection rate. You can get it. And I have a weak immune system. So I don't take a chance. I'm a prepper. I don't take chances. That's why I'm a prepper. Do I get up in people's faces because they're not wearing a mask? No, I don't. You know why? Because it's none of my damn business. If they don't want to wear a mask, that's up to them. I'm wearing a mask for my protection. That's it. It's entirely up to you if you want to. Do I still stand behind a private business that puts up a sign and says you cannot come in here and conduct business unless you have a mask? Yes, I do, because that is their rights as a private business owner. Now, do I believe government has the right to tell you what to do? No. But as a private citizen, a private business owner, they do hold that right, just like they say no shirt, no shoes, no business. Same thing. Some people get upset over that. Whatever. Hope I can lay it out just as simple as I can on that. So that's my stance on that. But this whole viral thing is a ploy. They are, I read the president's current president's tweets. No lockdowns. They're not doing this. They're not shutting things down. It's coming. It's coming, and it's gonna come to break the economy. They're gonna break the economy, and once the economy of America is broken, that's it. I watched, I believe it was Full Spectrum Survival today. Yeah, it was Full Spectrum Survival because I tweeted out his video. He was talking about militia groups. Of course, they're watching them all over across the country, militia groups. But they start talking about the economy and how China is looking to be the next economic giant. Stockholders, shareholders, things like that are betting against the U.S. economy. Everyone else sees it. What can we do about it? We can be prepared for it. That's what we can do. Oh no, C.F.P, you need to be a patriot. You need to go buy nothing but made in America. Good luck. Our country was sold out a long time ago. Do I believe in supporting local businesses? Sure, I do. There's not many local owned businesses like where I'm at. Where I'm at right now, there's hardly any local owned businesses, unless I'm building a pole barn. But then I find out, yeah, it's a local owned business, but they're ordering their materials from Mexico and somewhere else, Taiwan, I think. Just worry about your family right now. Worry about getting things ready for when everything stops and you cannot get anything else. Worry about that. If you're able to worry about yourself and your family, loved ones, and you're able to secure them and keep them safe, that should be priority. This everything that's going on, it's out of our control. That's why I look at it. I might not be right in that. I might not be right. That's the way I look at it. I know that I cannot do a single thing to change that. What can I do? Well, I'm on here YouTube trying to tell everybody to get food, munitions, things like that put back, alternative power if an EMP was to hit. And that is one of the scenarios. We had did a poll on the channel. Let me go and pull it up here. Would you like to see an updated EMP survival video? I put 4 things up there. No, it's been on every channel. 77% clicked on that one. I guess it's been done, but let's see what's new. 6%. Yes was 26%. And yes, it's a SHTF scenario that may highly happen. That was 60%. So we are definitely going to do that. That's one that we have been working on. Let me get in here. I know I fell behind the chat, guys. I do apologize. Southern Boy Prepper, how's it going, brother? Good to see you. Alpo Party. Yeah, yeah. Cat food's just, I can't even get past the smell of cat food. And that's why we prep real food. I'm not eating cat food or dog food. Will I if I have to? Absolutely I will. Do I want to? No, I don't. Um, we have inch bags. Now we need an acronym for I'm never going back to civilization. Van Rare. Yeah, that's a good one. Want an American, no stingers for me. When you're hungry, Alpo would taste like prime rib. Woodsman, I've been hungry, really hungry. No, no, I don't think it's going to taste like prime rib, but it will definitely, it'll definitely fill up your stomach anyway. Uh, are you going on D Live? I am still debating D Live. I had started out on D Live right when I started the channel, and I got away from it. It's all live stream. I mean, when I was trying to like release a video and stuff because it was still new, I couldn't just film a video and then release it. I always had to be live stream, and I wasn't comfortable doing live streams at the time. So I just never got into D Live. That's a possibility. Kathleen, I watch Canadian Prepper. Yes, I watch Canadian Prepper all the time. I love his content. I've been watching him for a very long time. Man's got a lot of great insight. I like how he makes you think about scenarios before just reacting. The thing about being a prepper is not just reaction is what we're working on. We're supposed to think out scenarios. And I'm not really sure about his complete background. I know he does other things besides prepping. I'm not sure his history background. I know he's, I think, a lumberjack for a while, but I also think he does something with speaking and stuff like that with people, and he analyzes a lot of stuff. And the way he puts himself in the minds of marauders and things like that and makes a video on it makes you think these other options. So I like watching this stuff. Give me 1 second, guys. This coffee got cold. Let me pour it out and get some new coffee. 1 second. All right. So I'll get back here in the chat, guys. I am way behind. One an American and Canadian Preppers, good channel, good topics. Yes, I completely agree. WB, thank you for getting Alaska Preppers channel up there for us. Let's see here. Mickey B has fetal cells that can alter DNA, but haven't seen the ingredient list for the, or yeah, I won't repeat those words, but I do agree with you on that, Mickey B, on that comment there. Yeah, something like 3 of the 5 coming out have fetal cells. Seems like most of the stingers that have been produced here lately, and not just for the Charlie Victor, has proven to have fetal cells. So yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not about to. Lady Kicks, you can't lock down virus. It will thrive. It will spread. The economy, however, will not thrive. I agree with you. All right. Over 200,000 people in the U.S. had measles in 2019. Never heard a word about it, and it can be deadly to older generations. Um, I'm trying to think what year it was. I don't think it was 2019. I think it was 2018. They had the stuff going on in Oregon. I think it was 2018, where they were trying to push a stinger program, and it was measles, I believe, and they were talking about coming to your home and giving it to your children. Um, yeah, and I don't know what happened to that. I know that there were everybody was up in arms over. I thought that was 2018. Van Rare. One of the things preppers never seem to cover is how to be untrackable. Now, I do have questions on that. When you say untrackable, do you mean untrackable as far as internet signature, debit card, things like that? Or are you talking about untrackable outdoors? Because if you're talking about untrackables outdoors, I'll be happy to do a video on that. I'm actually very well on tracking and evading, and I don't mind doing a video on that, showing how to cover your tracks and things like that. But if you're talking about online stuff, I don't have the technical mindset for that. I don't know. That right there, I would recommend people messaging and contacting Dex. He's got his own Twitter account. He's got his own YouTube channel. He is Marfugo TV's right hand man. The guy's a internet technological genius. That would be my go-to guy for things like that, on questions like that. But as far as outdoors, I can help you out on that one. I'll be happy to do a video on that if that's what you're asking about. See here. Jeff, can anyone name the most deadly disease worldwide every year and there is no war against it? Jeff, no, I can't off the top of my head. Let's see, cancer, common flu, pneumonia, heart disease. No, not even close. I'm trying to see what the answer is. And I got bong, bong, bong in the background. And that clock is obviously off by 4 minutes. Let's see here. Barefoot Lass, how are you doing? I see you there. Rip Curl, sorry, I've been listening. I was at a birthday dinner for family. Oh, dude, enjoy your birthday dinner with family, brother. Definitely appreciate you being here, but yeah, man, no problem at all. That I don't see the answer yet, Jeff. That AZ guy, the left are freaking out because Sleepy Joe's Facebook page changed from back to politician. Well, technically it should until it gets called by the correct people, not the media. But yeah, I didn't know they were freaking out, but it wouldn't surprise me. Joey, before this virus, I lost family and friends every day to legal stuff, cigarettes, alcohol. Makes me wonder if things are pollution, population controlled. Since China is so overpopulated, maybe it was made to fix that. Uh, so way to look at things. I mean, it's I wouldn't shut down the idea. It is very possible. Jeff, malaria kills more people annually, and that comes from mosquitoes. So that's the answer, malaria. Rip Curl, did you see what Sleepy Joe said his plans were for us gun owners? Not good. No, I have not sat down and took a look at that. I was working on my brother's vehicle today, and I've been filming a lot of hours on this new video. I have not had much time to look at that, and I've really been staying away from a lot of the politics stuff too, to be honest. I just get so frustrated with it. Not saying that's the correct thing to do, but sometimes I get unplugged from it for a little bit. But I will definitely take a look at that. Does anybody watch Dave Hodges? He covers a wide variety too. Yes, I do. I'm actually subscribed to Dave Hodges. He does cover a lot of stuff. It's a good channel to check out too. Let's see here. Yeah, he's cool. I met him. He eats at my Denny's. That was awesome. All right, I'm trying to check here in the chat, guys. Imagine if EMP does strike, no more law, no rules. That's hard for us boomers that live by the rule of law. Melody loves Jesus. All right, so let me pull up this article here. I'm sorry I got off topic, everybody. Okay, let me pull this up here. All right, I know they had an article section on. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and read this part here. What will an EMP attack look like on the U.S.? What you need to do is imagine a world where each of the items listed above are taken out instantly. And they were referring to the laptops, pacemakers, things like that we talked about earlier, because that is exactly what an EMP attack is going to do. For instance, cars are going to quit working instantly. And now there's studies saying that maybe only 15% of vehicles, not all, only 15% of vehicles actually shutting down. But let's just read the article, what they're saying in this one. Uh, at least cars that were built after 1980. Planes will fall out of the sky, phones and laptops will be fried, And even if they aren't, they won't do you much good unless self-service or internet, because there won't be any self-service or internet. In essence, America will be thrown back into the Stone Age as hundreds of millions of people across the country find themselves in the world without power. Looting and rioting would be almost certain and develop in hours and days following the attack across most of the major cities in America. Due to the lack of working electronic equipment, military and law enforcement would be enormously slow to respond and overwhelmed. There's not enough law enforcement to deal with the riots and things that's going to happen after an EMP. The best thing for law enforcement to do is your small towns to try to lock down their town immediately and using their mayor under emergency act to lock down and keep people that don't live there out of it while the populace stays safe inside. But then you're restricting freedom of movement, which is protected underneath the Constitution again. You know, I talk to people, and I pride myself, I call myself a constitutionalist. I talk to people that say, well, everything needs to go back to the Constitution. Well, which version? Which ratification has been revised multiple times? Which version best suits your need? And that's pretty much where it's come down to. When I talk to people, they pick what version best fits them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But freedom of movement is protected. But in an emergency like an EMP, to protect your populace in a small town, let's say I grew up in Boonville, North Carolina. It's a small town. We had one stoplight. That was it. They had that one stoplight right there in the center. I think they might have more now, but that's been many years ago. If something like that had happened, I would like that they would shut it down to keep riffraff from coming in. The only people allowed in the town are people that are actually legitimately living there. But then you're hindering other people's movement. Your volume is very low. Let me try that. Let me test. No,
I talk to people.
I've got good audio on my end here. Is the audio messed up on everybody else? So I'm not seeing. I mean, I've just pulled it up on a laptop. There, it's playing good on my end. All right, let me get back here and chat, guys. I know I skipped a lot of people. Joey, an EMP is the biggest life loss event that could easily happen with no warning. Absolutely, Joey. I completely agree with you. That's one of the that's an EMP event is our top prep scenario here with my family. That's my top scenario. The next is a coronal mass ejection. Okay, kind of hand in hand. The only difference is that one is intentional, the other one is natural. Now we have other scenarios we've planned for and things, but that right there is the top one I prepare for, just because the odds of it happening are pretty high. All right, let me see here. All right, I'm scrolling through. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get caught up here. Uh, Van Rare, C.F.P. Back to trackable outdoors. I'm pretty savvy, and I've been in the tech industry for nearly 30 years. As I mentioned in the previous post, don't take your cell phone. Minimal electronics. Don't take your cell phone. Are you referring to like going to a bug out situation type of stuff? We used to, when we had a group there in Apopka, we had a Faraday Cage setup that we'd all put our phones and stuff in before we ever met for meetings and things. And we never took our cell phones with us to our bug out refill station. All right, scrolling through. Van Rare, as an example, my iPhone uses to tell me several times a day how many feet away my car was and how many times you have been online and seen ads for something you may have talked about. Yes, I've seen smart TVs do that as far as advertisement. Same with anything I Google, like researching the EMP stuff here for my articles. I already know in 2 days I'll have new news feeds on EMP and everything else. That's how their algorithms are set up on that for sure. Sweet, savory words. I saw something there. I thought you said something about Happy Thanksgiving. I just missed. I don't know what just happened to that chat. I was just trying to read it. But yes, Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's next week. We will have our Wednesday night live stream. We won't be having a live stream on Thanksgiving. The wife and I are actually going to one of her friends' house for Thanksgiving. So we're going to be spending that with them. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Audio good. Sounds good here. Okay. Weak coffee makes for low audio, Joey. No, my the coffee I make, I try. My dad always comes over and asks for a cup of coffee. He's like, "Well, I don't know how you drink that. I drink mine black, and it's stout. I want to be able to chew it while I drink it." Sweet savory words. Please have an alternative heat source for staying warm and cooking. Absolutely. And we are covering heating and cooking sources in our EMP video that we're filming now. Um, you definitely need to have multiples. We have electric in the trailer right now. Works off of our solar, and we do have a wood stove and things like that that is in storage, but we can't use that in our trailer right now. If it happened right now, I'll tell you exactly what we'll do. If it happened right now and we decide to stay in position, the solar panels they're in the backyard, they'll be disconnected because they do not go to the house at all. All right. My aunt's solar system that she went and got involved with, there's no battery backups or anything like that. They just use her plot of land to sell electricity. When the storm comes, she never has power. I've always got power in our trailer. We're hooked. We got a small off-grid system. Um, but because those pull DC and then they go into little boxes and stuff like that. I showed them on videos before what they all are. Basically, just take the panels, disconnect them, hook them up to a charge controller. You do have to have the appropriate charge controller, or you can't overcharge a battery system. And at nighttime, it will drain your battery system without a charge controller. So we will be moving everything into the home if we decide to stay in location, and wiring up here with all of our solar and everything like that. We're not going to stay in that little trailer. One, because that bullet will fly right through that little tin on that trailer, even though it's insulated. A bullet will fly right through a house too. But I got multiple exits out of this house. It's easier to secure this home than that little trailer. Now, if we're mobile, yes, we're just going to back the Tahoe up to the trailer and drive off. See here. Let me get back in here. Let me get back. A Scan family, how you doing? Good to see you. I know I'm behind in the chat, guys. I do apologize. All right. Wondering American C.F.P. I'm extremely interested in gasification. Gasification for my gas generator, and I just lost the chat. Oh, come on. That's just irritating. I saw you saying something about gasification. I have never attempted to make a gasifier, so I do not know how to do that. I know I've looked online probably about a year ago, year and a half ago, for designs of a gas, blah 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 blah, a gasifier, and I couldn't find anything. But there might be something now. Joey Jennings, propane is a good fuel store for heat and cooking. It lasts. Yes, Joey, propane definitely is. Sitting near those stoplights in my little town. Let's see here. Yeah, the most exciting thing we did on Friday night was grab the lawn chairs and watch the stoplight change colors. Yeah. Actually, I like the little town we grew up in. It was quiet. All right. Rip Curl Saw will be sure to do a video on what Sleepy Joe has planned for us, gun owners, and let's just say if you own a high caliber pistol with 2 mags, we'll start saving money now if you want to. Um, I believe I know what you're talking about. They're going to start charging. You're going to have to pay to keep your firearm, if I'm correct. I did read that a while back. They're going to start charging people if you want to keep a firearm. Let's see here. What's up, cat? I got a cat right here. What's up, kitty cat? All right. Let's see here. All right. All right, guys. So I am not going to keep y'all any longer. I know that you guys have. I've been trying to make sure I covered everybody's comments and stuff. Like I said, I will get all these links up for y'all, and I'll put them in the description and in the comment section. Once this video is done with this upload stuff and everything YouTube does, so you can follow on those articles. Actually, you know what? I might be able to do that right here. Hold on 1 second. I got a computer now, so copy, paste. All right. Yep, that worked. Okay. Okay, I forgot. See, I told you I'm not technical smart. Let me get these articles up here for y'all. But I will go back through and post these in the description for you guys. That way you have access to it. Alright, guys. So, like I said, I'm still working on that other video. Hopefully in a couple of days I'll be done with it. We'll probably release it just as a premiere. That way I could be in the chat to answer other questions and things like that. Wanted American C.F.P. check out gasifications again. Extremely interesting for a backup. Yeah, I'll take a look at it again. Wanted American. I remember when I first came across it, it was on a TV show, Colony. I think that's the name of it. There's only like 2 seasons of it. And I think it was season 1 they had built a gasifier. And that's what got my interest into it. But I never could find any schematics on it. But it's been a few years, so I'm going to have to take a look at it again. WV, C.F.P. I am going to shock everyone and go live in about 20-30 minutes. WV. Okay, guys, so WV is going live here soon. I recommend everybody go check that out. I will be stepping in too. I'll be in the chat hanging out with you guys there. WV, be glad to see you do some live. So, guys, we will see everybody here, hopefully there at WV. Would y'all put WV's YouTube channel up here for us? So hopefully be able to see all you over there. We're going to go ahead and end this stream. We're going to go over there. And again, guys, y'all can always email me at centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com. I do answer my emails. We are also on Twitter now. Well, we've been on Twitter. I believe my Twitter account is at prepper_Florida. I think that's what it is. Because I tried Central Florida Prepper back when we were CFP, and I think that's what Twitter gave me. So I think it's at prepper_Florida. Either way, when you look it up, it's got my gas mask as my icon. So hit us up there too, guys. All right. So let's go ahead and end this and see y'all over there at WV.